Good morning, everyone. There's nothing like waking up with a little bit of Disney. Look at Minnie Mouse is down there, but even better, look who's up here. Mickey! Good morning, Mickey. Mickey Mouse, it's so good to see you again. I'm so happy, Mickey. Mickey's here and Tigger too. That is a good start to any morning. Today is my last day at Disneyland Paris. And if waking up with Mickey Mouse wasn't enough magic for you, it turns out that last night we had a little bit of snow. Do you want to build a snowman? No, I don't. It's really cold. Look at that. It was just a little dusting. But to a native of Southern California, seeing a little bit of snow on everything, it's just so magical. Granted, it's not very much. You have to kind of look for it. But I'm just so excited anyway. Waking up to a light dusting of snow, not a cloud in the sky. I'm taking this as a good sign for my last day. Look at that. Everything looks so pretty. Wow, look at all the grass. See, it was just a little bit of snow, but it was just cold enough last night for the snow to freeze stuck to everything, which leaves us with some very beautiful views. Look at that, there's a little crust of snow on Mickey's head right there. Oh yeah, this place is looking good. Of course, it's a little slippery, and the snow is gonna melt away in just a few minutes probably now that the sun came up. It looks like it's already melted off the castle, but I'm just so happy. It's the first snow I've seen this year, and it's at Disneyland Paris. Who could ask for anything more? Oh wow, still plenty of snow on this rockwork here, a little bit on the grass, but none left on the castle roof. Well, that's okay. A couple of years ago when I was here, it snowed like crazy for an hour or so. I mean, like a full-on miniature blizzard, and that was a little cold for my taste, so I'll take the light dusting. Technically, the park isn't even open yet. Right now, it's actually extra magic hours. I only got in because I was in that hotel. Well, let me tell you, I can't wait for things to get started. Because today, I plan on riding some of my favorite rides in the world. But first, I have got to take a peek at what the snow has done to Discoveryland. Look at that. How cool looking is that? Discoveryland isn't open yet either, but if you look past that crowd of people up at Space Mountain, you can see that all the snow froze to the top. Look at that. Now their Space Mountain is almost as white as ours in Anaheim. There's even a little snow on the Orbitron. I'm not a big fan of the cold or of snow usually, but that is gorgeous. Okay, come on, park, open. Why am I looking at my wrist? I don't have a watch. I am ready to get rolling today. Because as exciting as this little dusting of snow is for me, I have a very strong desire to head somewhere a little warmer. So once they open up the rest of the park, we're gonna leave the hub here and head on down to the Old West. Well, that's a strange sight. I thought it'd be a little warmer over here in Thunder Mesa. Turns out it's just as wintry in the Old West. Look at Big Thunder. Okay, that is 100% something I have never seen before. Snow on Big Thunder Mountain? Whoa. It's the coldest ride in the wilderness. That is so wild. That is definitely something I wasn't expecting to see today. Snow on Big Thunder. A little more snow in the Old West than I think there was in the rest of the park. Gosh, this looks amazing. I keep finding myself getting very distracted by this white powdery stuff. I keep having to remind myself today's not about snow. It's my last day, so today is all about the rides. Look at that. Thanks to the snow, it looks like Phantom Manor got a little Christmas makeover after all. Oh, yeah. See, now this is what I came for. The Phantom Manor. Pretty soon, this ride is going to undergo a major refurbishment. Supposedly, they're going to change a whole bunch of stuff. And because it's one of my favorite rides of all time, I have got to get in there before it changes and before they close it for a long time. Oh yes, my friends, it is time once again for a little journey into Paris's version of the Haunted Mansion. Time for another visit to the Phantom Manor. Oh yeah, it has been too long.
J'ai bien peur que vous soyez contraint de me suivre.
Oh, how frightfully delightful. And now into Ravenswood Manor. Time to go see a certain unlucky bride again. We're in luck. Not much of a line today. Oh, yes. There's a few similarities to Haunted Mansion if you're looking, but I definitely like to think of the Phantom Manor as its own unique ride. Oh, it's time. All right, it's our turn now. Oh, sweet. Time for us to head into the very dark Phantom Manor. Look at that. There is the young Miss Ravenswood. Getting ready for her nuptials. Look at that. That is scary. Oh. Creepy. Scary. Awfully familiar looking hallway, but much darker here than I'm used to. Ooh, look at those ghostly eyes there. Looks like the famous spiritualist, Madame Leota, has come for a visit.
Goblins and ghoulies, creatures of fright, we summon you now to dance the la belle
Oh, and here it comes. The iconic wedding reception ballroom scene. Look at, there's our young bride, and there in the window, it's the Phantom. And there down there at that table is creepy Mark Twain. Did you see him? Creepy Mark Twain. Gosh, I love the Phantom Manor. Dude, top 5 rides of all time. No exaggeration, it gets pitch black dark at certain points in this ride. It is very hard to see in here, and it does make it very, very creepy. Look at that. Scary. It's got a much darker tone than Haunted Mansion. See what I mean? Hello, Mr. Phantom, sir. Please don't bury me in that grave. He's sending us down into the crypts. Oh, no. That's some scary stuff. Very scary indeed, huh? I gotta be honest with you, I love the darker tone to this ride. Pretty gruesome, although it does have its lighter moments. See? Gruesome on the right, fun on the left. I recognize those statues there. Awesome. Heck of a tune. Ooh, we stopped for a second, which is perfect because we could check out that ghostly hearse over there and get a closer look at that dead horse on the ground. Oh, okay, we're moving again. Check out that very familiar looking ticket taker and this even more familiar looking and sounding mare. Oh, I recognize that voice. Look at this. It's crazy down here. Have you ever seen anything like this anywhere else? I hope they don't change this ride too much because it is fantastic. Oh, we're headed back up to the surface. Uh-oh, but not if the Phantom sticks us in this coffin. That's okay. I'm not ready to die. Not yet. I think we've escaped, and our friend the bride is pointing us towards the exit. But watch out! Looks like the Phantom is following us home! I don't want him as a visitor. Our voyage is done. Seriously, that is one of the greatest rides of ever.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
Oh, I will. Once I'm dead. Gosh, I love Phantom Manor. Almost forgot about all the snow out here. Boot Hill in the winter. It's a lovely sight. Because there's nothing like being dead for the holidays. Yes, sir. Nothing says Christmas cheer like a tombstone. Ooh, cold. The memorial to the miners who dug a little too fast. Look at this Christmas dynamite. Reminds me of my teenage years. Oh, bonjour. Bonjour. I love that the steamboat here is called the Molly Brown. Did you know that the unsinkable Molly Brown, yes, the one from Titanic, also lived in Hannibal, Missouri, where Mark Twain grew up? See? It's all connected. All right, now that I've taken a ride on wintry Phantom Manor, I really have only one other goal today. And then if I get to do anything else, it'll just be icing on the cake. So for the moment, it's time for us to leave wintry Frontierland and make our way over to the hopefully much warmer and much more exotic locales of Adventureland. Well, that's something you don't see every day. Snow in the desert. I mean, it does happen. The first snow I ever saw was actually in a desert. But it sure does seem unusual, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Into Adventureland. Always my favorite land at any Disney park. But here in Paris, it's just got that little extra special something. For one thing, it's a lot bigger than other Adventurelands. For another, there's a whole Middle Eastern African element that's much more prevalent than in other ones. Oh, look, there's Jafar going to work. Oh, and look at this back over here. See inside that hut? it's Baloo and King Louie taking some fun pics with people. I never knew it could snow in the jungle. Doesn't look like too much snow landed on the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse over there. But there's a little bit scattered around. Now obviously it snows in France quite often, but this is actually pretty rare. In this area they tend to get a little more freezing rain usually than snow. So even Disneyland Paris regulars are getting pretty stoked about seeing all of this. Look at that! Even Captain Hook's Jolly Roger's got a little snow on it. Skull Rock, however, seems mostly unaffected. We're getting into my favorite area now, the Pirates area. The last couple of times I was here, the French Pirates of the Caribbean was closed for a big refurbishment. But I am very happy to announce that since that time, it has reopened. Of course, at the moment, there's something wrong with it, so it's broken down. And this is the only other thing I wanted to do today, so that's a little frustrating. But it does give me an excuse to pop into Fantasyland for a minute. Wow. Okay, the snow is starting to melt away, but even with the little bit that's left, wintry Fantasyland looks awesome. Look at this. It looks so perfect. That is great. Snow all over Geppetto's workshop. C'est magnifique. This is pretty much the only spot where there's actually any snow left. Most of the rest is already burned away with the sunlight, but there's little touches of it left here and there, and it looks amazing. It just fits the architecture here so well, you know? It's actually amazing how much difference just a little bit of white can make. All right, the lines in Fantasyland are kind of long, but what the hey, for French Snow White, it's worth it. See what I'm saying about this line? It's a little tasty, oh boy. But it's worth it. Okay, in we go. Look at that. The fireplace is actually smoking in this version. I love that. Oh, there's Snow White. And there's the dwarves. Sweet. You have to be quiet in the haunted forest. Listen. Scary. Oh, into the mine now. Love the Paris version. A little bit more elaborate than the one at Disneyland in California. Beautiful. Oh, here we go, guys.
Magique sur le mur. Ainsi déguisé. Tu m'aurais joué.
I don't care what language you speak. That's scary. This dungeon. A little more elaborate. That scares me every time. A poisoned apple. Look at the haunted forest. So scary. You can see this version is very similar to Disneyland, only slightly more colorful, and I think a little more intense. Oh boy. Here comes the old attack. Of course, the classic ending, only here you'll notice that when the lightning strikes the old queen, nothing happens really. Does she live? Huh. Yeah. Look at that! See? What'd I tell you? Awesome! Alright, well that ate up a good chunk of time. Let's go see how Pirates is doing. Let's just scoot back over to Adventureland and find out, shall we? Fingers crossed! Oh, yes! It's open! Sweet! This is my favorite ride of any Disney ride. I fell in love with it the very first time I rode it, and now, of course, it's been upgraded with Johnny Depp. Not a huge fan of that, but, you know, I understand the kids like it. They didn't just stick Captain Jack Sparrow into the ride. Much like the original Pirates of the Caribbean in Anaheim, California, this version of Pirates also has a restaurant inside. Since our Pirates leaves from Louisiana, it's called the Blue Bayou. Here, since it's more Caribbean in flavor, it was called the Blue Lagoon. But now that they've rethemed the ride to include Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow, they've also renamed the restaurant in the ride to what else? Captain Jack. That's Johnny Depp. He's unstoppable. Unfortunately, I don't have a reservation for Captain Jack's, but that's okay. You'll see what it looks like from inside the ride. Look at this whole area. This has always been my favorite part of Disneyland Paris. First of all, Pirates is always my favorite. And there's just so much piratey area here. Look at that. That giant tower up there has got flames coming out of the top. I don't know if you can tell, but that is freaking epic. epic. This ride is so great, it is literally on fire. After I would visit Disneyland as a kid and ride Pirates of the Caribbean, I would play pirates for weeks. I would have gone crazy running around this whole area playing pirate. Let me tell you, it's pirates on a grand scale. Even the cast members look extra epic in this version of Pirates. And look at the sheer size of this whole queue area. There is a massive, massive amount of space outside of this giant pirate fortress. Of course, Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean is also inside of a fortress in Adventureland, but it is nowhere near as big as that. This thing is just plain huge. Okay, we better get back in line. Oh, and just like Walt Disney World's queue line area is much more elaborate than the one in Anaheim, the line here even takes it up a whole other notch because this pirate fortress is insane. Okay, we're going in. Check this out. And keep in mind, this is all the line. Look at this. It's all elaborately themed around this fortress. We're sneaking in from the underground entrance. It's a long line, but it's very entertaining. There's just so many different areas in here and plenty of things to look at. Check this out. What you don't realize here is that you're actually looking down into the ride. That is pretty cool. But the elaborateness doesn't end there. Check out this next part. Look what we've got hiding over here. Oh, a lovely torture chamber. Complete with the rack, some chains to hang your friends on, and an Iron Maiden. Fun for the whole family. Also, how metal. See what I mean? There's so much to see, and we're not done yet. Our journey through the fortress continues into the prison area. And be careful, because they've got the cannons pointed right at you. Dude, look at the size of this line. It is epically large and epically detailed. It's already twice as long as the queue line in Walt Disney World. Well, or at least the themed part of the queue line. Look at all these crazy racks for pistols, and there's so many windows open to different areas. Looks like the pirates left this place in a hurry, but they forgot some of their guns. This is so awesome. It is massive. Oh, and check this out right up here. This is one of my favorite parts. Ugh, grisly death, huh? Gee. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe being a pirate isn't a great career move. Well, not unless you really want to be stabbed. You never know with some people. Oh, now we're getting to the best part. Look out there. We're almost to the ride itself. And this is the best part. Our pirate cruise leaves from the Blue Lagoon. Look at the size of this. We have now fully entered the world of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Look at the people loading into the boats down there. We have now exited the fortress and we are in the tropical lands of the Caribbean. Actually really warm in here. Look at this. There are full-on trees, giant cannons everywhere. Where are we? Gigantic walkways. What the heck? And just over that wall is the beginning of the ride. Look at that. That is so cool. Oh, this is the prow? Is that what it's called? The front of a ship. Huh. It's all interconnected and super elaborate. Like the Blue Bayou at home, but way, way, way bigger. Like, look at that. That's a freaking tree. That's where we came from, up in that giant fortress there. And now, down to the boats. Dude, I am very excited about this. It's been a while. I cannot say enough about this line. It is amazing. Giant fortresses in here and everything. All right, it's almost our turn. Yes. Okay, here we go. Look at this. See that? That is Captain Jack's restaurant over there. Pretty cool. I ate in there a couple of years ago when it was still the Blue Lagoon. I love the view from there into the Paris version of Pirates. So epic. All right, goodbye, Captain Jack's. We are going in to the Pirates of the Caribbean. Look closely down under this sunken ship. See that octopus down there? He is very greedy. Yep, definitely setting the mood now. That's for sure. Into the fortress. Prepare to go up to adventure. Unlike any of the Disney pilot rides in the United States, this one pretty much begins with an epic lift hill. You can see little glowing eyes everywhere. See this pretty rod chain pulling us up. And of course, the new edition of Davy Jones.
Davy Jones.
That projection is new, but look at this. This was the best part. Upstairs, your first view of the piratey action. And then, into the fort. We are right in the middle of a pitched battle, friends. Aww, the cats. I forgot about the cats. Oh, isn't this amazing? Look at the size of this pirates. It's so crazy detailed. Oh, there's a pirate right there. Oh, and there's one up here, too. He's just hanging out. What's that sound? Oh, it's our favorite pirate prisoners. Only this time, they're speaking French. How about that? I guess that pirate dog doesn't obey French commands either. Drop! Whoa! Look at that. It's the Inferno! And that's not Captain Barbossa up there. That is old school. Check out the pirate fort. Oh, I love this version. Okay, here we go. Into town. Now, this is very important because we are about to look into original Disneyland's future. This scene should look very familiar to you because other than the pirates speaking French, it's almost the same, but in the refurbishment, the famous auction scene was changed. And these changes are coming to America next. Look, that side still looks the same, but check this out over here.
Et maintenant, tas de fripouilles. J'ai entendu 6. Qui offre 6? 6 bouteilles de rhum. Gardez votre homme, les gars. C'est de l'or que je veux.
Notice anything different?
Véritable trésor.
I don't speak French, so I don't know what they're laughing about. It must be good. Oh my gosh, let's watch that again. Look, they changed the entire bride auction scene, and now the redhead is holding a gun. Of course, those aren't the only changes. Look at this. I'm glad this part right here is still the same with the pirate chasing the lady, but look over here. Johnny Depp again. Oh, I forgot about this. Look at that. Weird. Awesome. That's supposed to be look, no old Bill in this version of Pirates, but as we approach the burning town, you will see there's a few differences. For one thing, check out the pirate dog on the right. He should be over on the left with the pirate band. Look what happened. Creative differences, I guess. Check it out. The Paris version of the burning pirate town is so amazing. And not only is it extra epic, there are also extra pirates in this scene as well. Gotta keep a weather eye open. Can you spot them? Look closely. Oh, awesome. And of course, presiding over all is old Dirty Foot up there. Allie's favorite pirate. Uh-oh. Get ready for a surprise! Oh, I breathed in all that water. Ooh, and now, unlike the states where the pirate caves are at the beginning, here, they're at the end. Oh, look at that! Barbossa! Whoa, the brand new Captain Barbossa. Look at that. And that's not all. Look, up here, the Disneyland Railroad actually gets a peek into pirates. And that Barbossa isn't the only new thing in this Pirates, because look over here. Another Johnny Depp.
Raconte la piraterie, et ses nombreuses et précieuses récompenses. A-t-on jamais vu carrière plus rentable?
Last time I was here, that was just a skeleton hanging out on a pile of treasure. It's a little more festive now. Ah, but look at this. This is the part that we could see into from upstairs in the line. Isn't that cool? Wow. These boats keep bumping into each other. You have got to love that. And now, last but not least, Paris's talking pirate skull.
Stay seated until a crew member tells you to get up.
And that's it.
Isn't that amazing?
Dude, the most epic pirate ride ever.
Some people are super stoked on the Shanghai version, and that's fine, I guess, but there's no animatronics in that one.
I love me some old-fashioned animatronics.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this Pirates also takes your picture during the drive. I couldn't find mine, but that's okay.
Wow, and after you preview your picture, you can order it full size in the gift shop.
This is one of my favorite gift shops of all time.
Look how elaborate it is, and this is just the photo area.
If you come around the corner here, it turns into a full-on pirate tavern.
Complete with all kinds of pirate swag.
Look at these stairs here. I love this.
There's no upstairs to this part of the building. That is a classic example of Disney manipulating our brains,
making this space seem much bigger than it actually is.
Of course, they added a hatch up there, so it's not totally unrealistic.
And most of the time, they can use the steps as shelves for merchandise.
Okay, that is a creative use of space. But it gets better. Look at all the swords and muskets and maps and nets up here.
And then as you get to the counter, look up.
Because all of a sudden, the ceiling opens up on this.
All of that for a gift shop.
Dude, that is what I love about Disneyland Paris. They go the full 9 yards to suck you into the world of the various rides and Disney characters.
I actually feel like any second Captain Jack Sparrow could walk into this place and I could have a glass of rum with him.
Oh, wait. No, I couldn't. That's unrealistic. Jack Sparrow wouldn't drink rum out of a glass.
He drinks it straight from the bottle.
Look at that as a very piratey fireplace. And check this out. Ooh, I would love to have one of those.
There's some others hiding up in the rafters.
Dude, this shop freaking rules.
This was here before the refurbishment, and I'm surprised that during it they didn't turn it into the Black Pearl or something.
All right, anyways, well, we've done it. We've checked out Pirates of the Caribbean.
The Paris edition.
See, I told you guys it was epic.
It's actually kind of hard to show you guys just how epic it was.
Because unlike the parks in the United States, if you're alone like me, you don't get the whole road to yourself.
They really pack you in there, so I had a partially obstructed view, but still.
That was freaking epic. Can't wait to come back here with Allie and ride it again and again and again.
Okay, I am literally completely satisfied now.
I've done Paris Pirates,
hopped onto a dark ride in my favorite Fantasyland,
took a sweet trip through the Phantom Manor.
I've done everything I wanted to do.
Now it's just bonus time.
Hey, you know what I want to do now is something extra
epic.
Something that to me is just spine-tinglingly exciting.
Because it's my favorite time of the day.
Lunchtime. Of course, I was going to say lunchtime and then show you my lunch, but then I forgot because I was so hungry that I just ate my lunch.
And really, it's more dinner than lunch since, you know, it's coming way later in the day than normal lunch.
But yeah, lunchtime. Lunchtime achieved!
They made me a gluten-free sandwich and some French fries.
And now it's digestion time.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't realize this before. But I can see the castle from the balcony of my room, and I can see the Disneyland train.
Well, that's a nice surprise.
Kind of terrifying because I'm afraid of falling from heights like this. Surprise, but still pretty nice.
All right, the sun is just about to go down.
So I am going to head back into the park for one last thing.
Because after that, I gotta pack up and go to bed. I gotta get up early and fly back to the United States. Told you it was a quick trip.
Yes, it was a very short trip indeed.
But we got a lot of stuff done.
We got to see almost all of the Christmas that Disneyland Paris has to offer.
At least in this park, anyway.
The only thing I missed here was Mickey's big band show.
Whatever else was going on at the other park.
It would have been nice to catch those, but you know what? I'm satisfied.
And now as I take my last look around Disneyland Paris
and soak in my last view of that glorious castle there.
The most beautiful Disney castle in my opinion.
I know there's just one thing left for me to do.
I've got to say goodbye to my best buddy.
Disneyland Paris's #1 star. The dragon.
Now it's time to say goodbye
to a dragon that is green.
Au revoir, guys.
See you next time.
Mr. Dragon.
Hopefully, I'll be seeing you again real soon.
But until that happens, if you're interested in more Disneyland Paris, check out all the past episodes
that we filmed here right on this channel.
And don't worry,
I have the feeling we'll be back. So stay tuned for some more epic adventures. Make sure to check out all the links down below, and I'll see you guys in Randomland. Bye-bye.
Stay seated until a crew member tells you to get up. Écoutez-moi, vous autres. Cessez donc de secouer la main. Restez assis jusqu'à ce qu'on vous dise quand vous le voulez.